All right, we got the brand new Traxxas Mini Maxx. This is a 1/12 scale electric four-wheel drive monster truck. It is about to be released. I'll have links in the description below where you can pick one of these up. It is going to sell for $270, although I did notice some stores got them at $250, some got them at $270. They did raise the price after they announced it, so depending on where you pick it up, you might get the $250 price. That's what I actually paid, but yeah, we're going to be taking a look at this little guy. I think it's going to be super popular this holiday season, but we're going to find out whether it's actually any good. Stuff it comes with is the standard TQ radio. Very basic radio. There's no adjustment other than steering trim. You know, not even steering reversing, I don't think, but it is a very basic radio. The cool thing about this is you can bind it up to your TQI radio, which is a better radio. Also comes with a 3500 milliamp hour 2S battery, a little basic USB charger, some shock preload spacers, a T-wrench and some hex wrenches, as well as the Mini Maxx manual. This is usually the abbreviated manual. You can get better stuff online if you download it from the website. Body is pretty cool. It does come in 4 different colors, a blue, a green, an orange, as well as a black. Does have these little clipless body mount system, so it does just kind of lock into the shock tires there. Pretty nice, pretty easy to use, so that's one thing nice about the Traxxas lineup. So here's what the truck looks like. It is pretty small. You know, a lot of people compare this to like the Grom, Granite, or something like that. To me, it really much more compares to the Savage XS or a lot of the Omni Terminators. Those are much more like 1/12 scale electric four-wheel drive vehicles. The Granite is much more of like a 16th or maybe 14th scale at best. But at $270, I think it is in line with the other four-wheel drive 12 scales out there. Standard sort of, Traxxas Max or X-Max style chassis. Does have 5.5 millimeter or 7 millimeter nuts, plastic hexes. The cool thing about these types of vehicles is they do use 1/10 scale size electronics. So the Savage XS, Omni Terminator, as well as the Mini Maxx, you've got a standard 10 scale servo, standard 10 scale like 36, I'd say about 60 or 52 millimeter can, depending on how you measure it. Standard ESC that they use on their 10 scale lineup. So really nice that you can fit any sort of 10 scale electronics, 10 scale wheels, that kind of thing on these trucks. Shocks all the way around look like the Ultra shocks that they've been using for like decades on their 10 scale stuff, so that's pretty nice. I don't think you'd be able to fit a GTR shock in here, but they do make aluminum upgrades. I bet you they're the same as like the big bore shocks that Traxxas has been selling for a while, but yeah, it's nice that they do have some upgrades. Bumper looks pretty good, sticks out a little bit. Tires are like the sledgehammer style tires. The drive shafts look like the extra heavy duty gray plastics that they've been using on their 10 scale stuff. Very similar to all the telescopic drive shafts that they've been using for a long time. No adjustments on the upper links, but the lower arms do have 2 positions for the shock mounts, top mounts. There's no changes there. Hubs look very beefy. Going down the middle of the chassis, you do have this nice little Traxxas battery strap. So it will fit like normal 2S and 3S soft packs. So a pretty spacious battery compartment. And then I don't even know how to get this back in. There we go. Servo saver is on the servo itself. Looks like pretty standard dual bell crank steering system, so that's nice. Nothing too weird there. Very compact. It does have the 2056 servo, which is their super budget servo. Very slow. I believe it's like 0.21 seconds, somewhere around 80 inches of torque. Even getting like the 2075 from their 10 scale vehicles will actually speed it up and give you a little bit more torque, so I might do that as a very budget upgrade. Looking in the rear of the vehicle, again, the Max drive, or the, I don't know what to call them, HD drive shaft, something like that. Everything looks pretty standard, very flexible rear bumper, no wheelie bar, and then you got the skid plates underneath. This architecture does tend to be a little bit more difficult to work on, a little bit more difficult to take apart, but we'll see how that actually goes. Anything else to note, there is no center differential or center slip or anything like that. It does have a fixed, locked spur gear there, plastic spur gear, plastic drive shaft down the middle. Does have all metal diffs, so that's pretty nice. They are fairly large in size as well. They do make some optional parts, so you can go to 2 different center differential, a plastic geared one, as well as a metal geared one. And then they also make a slipper clutch option, which is, you know, kind of the budget option, and that's at like 20 bucks. I think the diffs are like 40 to 60 bucks, something around there, fairly expensive. So I'm not sure which one I'll get, but that will definitely improve the performance of this, give you more traction, give you a little bit of slip in the drivetrain. So when you're running off-road, that will definitely help. So yeah, that's a quick look at the truck. Anything else to note? Looks pretty good overall. We'll actually see how it drives. No TSM or anything like that. But yeah, the next thing we got to do is take it out and drive it. All right, we got a 2S LiPo installed and first run of the Mini Maxx. Just to calibrate the ESC, that was a bit. Tighten the wheel nuts on the tires just to make sure they're fully tightened. And here we go. Okay. Not quick, but see, all right. It's not bad. Decent rotation in the air, not a ton of power, so it does tend to nosedive a little bit. Would definitely benefit from a slipper or center diff or something, rather than having a locked spool or locked diff, I guess you would call it. Okay, a little fun there. This top speed, we'll do another little quick full trigger here. That's full speed. I mean, it's not bad. I think it's 30 miles per hour out of the box from 2S. It's not terrible. Enough to be entertaining for, you know, a kid on Christmas or something like that. It really needs a slipper though, or something. That would help with the traction. And some kind of durability, I think, as well. Alright, we got a backflip. I like that. Feel like I'm going to destroy the drivetrain, but it can backflip, stock out of the box. Power cut out for a split second there, not sure why. Okay, there's the first run of the Mini Maxx. I don't think I broke anything. Would be shocked if anything actually broke. Yeah, so what are my thoughts? It drives alright. I mean, speed is, like, I would say, like, adequate for a kid, someone new to RC. I think it's fine. Durability seems good. Actual driving characteristics, it's very similar to a Max. It really is. I would say big jumps, doesn't land particularly well. Steering is kind of all over the place, honestly. It would benefit, like I'm going to mention for the 100th time, it would benefit a lot from a slipper or a center diff. As is, it just kind of drives randomly, steering wise, at least on dirt. So I think the tires are okay. It's really just that locked four-wheel drive thing where, you know, you don't have any sort of independence of the front and rear tires. So yeah, or maybe it's the servo's a little bit, you know, weak or slow for sure. You know, the Armas don't have a center diff or slipper or anything like that, but they do have the DSC, so that helps keep it on track. If this thing had TSM, I think it'd be more fun. Price wise, yeah, $270. I'd say it's a bit expensive, not as bad as some of their offerings. You know, the Traxxas Premium is not as high on this one as some of the other cars. So just for comparison, the Omni Terminator is $260, 3S, aluminum chassis, all aluminum shocks, better radio, better ESC, better motor. The Savage XS, again, is 3S capable. Can actually hold a full-size LiPo, better ESC, motor, servo probably a little better as well, radio much better. It's one of the best radios out there. So the Savage XS, I think it's $275 depending on which version you get. That El Camino one I think is $275. I'm aiming right now. So those are both a little bit more, but I think you get a much better driving experience as well as 3S capability, a lot more speed. And both of those have a center slipper, so they do drive a little bit better. So yeah, Mini Maxx, I think with some tuning, some upgrades, maybe we'll get something like, okay, we'll have to see. But yeah, first run, nothing broke. Drives all right. The handling is kind of poor, honestly. The speed is mediocre, but the durability seems high. Of course, you got good Traxxas support. They got a ton of upgrades you can do to make this thing better, so we'll have to see with some tuning. I mean, it jumps and lands a lot like a Max, which is not really a good thing, but it's based on a Max, so what do you expect? That's kind of to be expected. But anyways, hope you enjoyed this video. Let me know what you think about the Mini Maxx. It seems like it's going to be popular. It definitely has durability, and people like the Traxxas name, and it really looks good as well. So let me know what you think about this truck. Anyways, don't forget to hit the like, share, subscribe buttons. Look for more videos soon. Thanks for watching.